Good evening, this is Gilbert Matthews. I run two internet radio stations called The Retro Attic and Awfully Awesome 80s. The Retro Attic specializes in 50s through 70s music. We play the classics and lots of minor charters and songs that you probably didn't know existed. And that's been in operation since 2011. And Awfully Awesome 80s specializes in the hits and lost classics and songs you never knew existed from the 80s and early 90s, because for the first couple of years of the 90s, there were songs that still carried on the spirit of the 80s. And that one's been in operation since 2014. This is my wife, Michelle, and behind me is my son, Joshua. And Michelle and I are now known as the Rock and Roll Nomads. We have given up our corporate lifestyle, if that's what you want to call it. I was a government contractor for several years, and Michelle is a licensed massage therapist, and we have decided to pursue the dream of RVing full time. We have been on the road for a little over a week now. We left New Hampshire, and we are currently inside our RV in a campground in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. We're just 20 minutes away from Hershey, Pennsylvania, where we visited this afternoon the Hershey's Chocolate World, and I'm sure some of you have already seen the pictures. And tomorrow we will be going over to Gettysburg to visit the military museum and the battlefield, and Joshua will get a history lesson out of it. And then Wednesday we will be on the road again, and we'll probably make a overnight stop in Virginia. Then it's on to the Carolinas and Georgia, and eventually we will end up in the Villages area of Florida, which is an expensive area for 55 plus people. That's where Michelle's dad currently is. And we will be doing a house sitting gig for a little while, and we're just gonna stay there for several months. And if things work out well, we might stay there for a little while longer, but we might hit the road again after that and see which state tickles our fancy the best. So we have a YouTube channel called Rock and Roll Nomads, which right now it has 25 subscribers, and we need to get 100 subscribers before we can get a custom link for it. So right now, if you go to YouTube and search for Rock and Roll Nomads, you should be able to find it. It's in one of the first 10 results. Or else you can go to youtube.com/user/retroattic_rare-oldies, and that's where you will find it and be able to subscribe. We will be doing a channel that has a chronicle of our RV adventures, and occasionally I will do some oldies discussions and tell you about a playlist that might be related to one of our RV adventures. For example, today, since we went to Hershey's Chocolate World, I'm thinking about doing a playlist on the Retro Attic that will have songs related to Hershey's. In other words, something like The Strange Loves I Want Candy, or Hot Chocolates, Emma, or the 60s act Candy and the Kisses, or Andrea True Connection's S'mores, S'mores, S'mores. Kidding there. Okay, so we have run into some problems along the way, but that's to be expected for people who are new at the RV lifestyle. We've had electrical issues with the RV, but we have run across some people who have given us great advice. We're learning as we go along, and right now this is the best that it's been. I mean, this is where I've wanted it to be from the very beginning. And we've experienced some really challenging road conditions, and we had a torrential downpour throughout New York and Pennsylvania a couple days ago that put our driving skills to the test. But we're still here, and we've got less than 1,000 miles to go, and we should arrive in Florida in a little over a week from now. So, Michelle, do you have anything that you'd like to add?
Hi, everybody. We do have another addition to the family.
Yes, her name is Lily. She is 7 years old, and she's currently asleep on the couch. But Michelle will show you to her. We'll show her to you in just a moment.
She is.
Yeah. She's like, why did you wake me up for?
I did wake you up. But we just wanted to acknowledge our little girl, too.
Yeah, she hasn't been too thrilled with the bobbing and weaving on the highway. But once we park the trailer and she sniffs around a bit, she's content. She wakes up, we wake up in the morning and she's always at the foot of our bed, rolled up in a ball with a grin on her face, sleeping.
So we started out Thursday. We got out of the apartment on Monday, right? Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, it was Monday.
It was a Monday.
It was Monday. So Tuesday and Wednesday we spent at our friend Nancy's, and because of the wires we used, it tripped everybody's breaker and fried our inverter. So we actually had on Thursday had to go back up to the place where we bought it, which is RG's and Sons in Lymington, Maine. The great thing about this is when we bought it, it was all ripped out. It's a brand new floor. Everything was all fresh and new when we bought it because the previous owner had a leak and it ruined the floor. So we came with a brand new floor, but being newbies, we didn't know how to set things up. So up, out of a way, an hour and a half east when we wanted to go west, they've changed everything. They made everything right and did it for free. So RG and Sons, Ryan and Missy, thank you very much. We figured out all the kinks and we're doing good. And then we ended up in, our first stop was Otter Creek in Vermont. That was after going through mountain of New Hampshire and back roads because the GPS is not your friend.
Back roads that only a compact car could fit through.
Yeah, it's not your friend if you're carrying a 30-footer.
And I'm talking about just one way, not two-way traffic.
No, it was very scary. So, there was a lot of moaning around. Very scared and thinking, oh, what did we get ourselves into and why are we doing this? And we finally got to Otter Creek, and Tony and Patty own Otter Creek. And it is a boondocking place that we found it on Boondocking is Welcome and also Harvest House. And he is like, it's southwestern Vermont, I think would put it that way.
It's near Rutland.
Yeah. So he has a fun center. It is a driving range. It's a mini golf course and an arcade. And they had the best food. They make everything from scratch. It was he was the chief cook and ball washer plus the owner, but he did everything. He could go up back, and then he had customers. Of course, it's a slow season because we're coming into snow soon. But he was happy because he said he can relax. Best burgers, huh, Josh? Josh loved the burgers and pizza.
New York style.
It was delicious. So because of our newbie, we tripped his breaker too because obviously this rig is only set up to do 30. We can't adjust it for some reason. The wiring does that.
Even with a 30 to 15 amp adapter, it still was tripping.
So we boondocked there for 2 days. And then the day came to travel southwest, and it was not a good day. It was torrential rains. Well, my half of the drive, because we average about 3 hours a day. We don't want to do any more than that because of the cat.
200 miles.
And because we're newbies. So the first half was windy and everything was going over the road and down through mountain passes. Switch off and I'm like, oh, you got the easy part. The rain came and it was just downpour rain. And I'm like, you need to pull over. He goes, no, I just want to get to where I'm going to go. And again, wonderful GPS took us down a back road with no truck access. And we've got a truck and a 30-foot trail behind us. And I'm like, pull over. Yeah, so thankfully we pulled over, and the guys behind us said, "You looking for the truck stop?"
Yeah, so if anybody knows of a free or reasonably priced truck GPS, please let us know in the comments.
Yeah, because that was very scary. We don't want to do that again. Again, GPS took me right through Hershey with a 30-foot trailer and people honking at me because it's not a truck app. They think you're driving a little car. When we made it to, what is it, Hershey Road?
Yep.
This place is gorgeous. Yep. And thankful to the guy that helped us fix our electric again because we tripped it again. putting on too much things. But he said, no, you're good. Just don't turn all these things on at once. So we're here. The lights are on. The microwave works. Hopefully, when we get south, the air conditioner will work.
Yeah, no need for the air conditioner right now.
No, it's 50-something degrees now.
Right.
Which is normal for us being New Englanders, so we don't care. We're used to it. But I am looking forward to warm weather and swimming. So, Josh, you got anything to say?
Hi. Hello.
He's a person of little words, but there's a lot of stuff going on in that head.
Right. Yeah, so, this is just an introductory video for us, and if you haven't checked my stations out already, the Retro Attic can be found at retroatticrareoldiesradio.com, and Awfully Awesome 80s can be found at awfullyawesome80s.com, and that is spelled out all the way. In other words, Awfully Awesome, EIGHTIES.com. And if you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, once again, the link is youtube.com/user/retroatticrareoldies. And your support would be greatly appreciated. You will find PayPal links at both of the stations that I mentioned. And, we are going to be, doing plenty of, videos along the way, even after we get down there. So I appreciate your taking the time to look at our video, and we'll be back talking to you again soon. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.